Hi and welcome to another Let's Play by me, Mr. Antice. And this time I am going to play a game called Dwarf Fortress. And we're going to start by creating a new world. This is a free game. I'm going to post a link in the description. And since I want to do this the rapid way, I'm just gonna set this the way I like it very quickly. Add some extra beasts and lots of minerals. Yes, I love my minerals. And I don't want to make this a hard game because this game is hard enough as it is. It has a very thorough world generator. It really generates an entire world, as you can see. The graphics is nothing to really write home about. But to be honest, the gameplay itself more than makes up with it. I don't know if adding glitchy graphics would actually help this game any. It would really slow it down. And I am using a graphics pack, so this is not the original graphics. I'm using something called the Lazy New pack, and the graphics pack I use... Oops, you weren't supposed to see that part. The graphics pack I use is the Iron Hand 057. I really like this tile set. It makes it much easier to see stuff. So, yeah. If you're gonna get this game, get the Lazy New pack and fire it up. And there's a utility coming with the Lazy New pack called Sound Sense, which enhances the music. Which helps a lot with the ambience. This world's been generated. There's only 5 years of history. You can generate more history if you want, but I don't care much about it. And I don't know, I kinda like to think that my fortress is among the first. There's several modes of playing. Once you've made a world, you can start playing it. And you can choose between Dwarf Fortress, Adventure and Legends. Now, before we start playing, we're gonna take a look at Legends. Let's see what kind of legendary people has been moving around in this world. And there has been quite a few historical figures. And there's been a lot of stuff. Historical maps, 2 of them. So this is a map from year 0 or something. Toggle territories. Now this is year 1. And I don't think there were actually any. No. I was thinking maybe there were some civilization and stuff, but in year 1, nah, I don't doubt it. So, I'm just gonna toggle territories. Ah. Roder Dusim, the Arch of Echoes. I don't mind my accent. I'm a Norwegian, so I'll tend to pronounce things strangely to you Americans. Don't worry about it. This is the Sluzuxos, the Wicked Sin of Fellowships. Yes, it has its own language. Can be very hard. I don't really know how to pronounce any of it. Nobody know what that means. Kadediosim, the spattered thunders. It's cold terrain up here. But enough about looking at the history. There's only 2 structures. There's the market in Musnes Sazduz, the Peach of Treats, and Tinirmimap, the ruptured horses. They're markets. In one, the Society of Idols of the Lauded Unions constructed the ruptured horses in war static. So this is the history of the region. There's a regions have different names, like the field of torches. Oh, that's not a large field. The forest of combining. So if we take a look, the forest of combining could be found within the land of enchantments. In one, the Etkusith styled sings the renowned Zephyr of Tresses settled in the forest of combining. In one, the Black Bear Stalcom Guilty Honors. Guilty Honors? Ah, cool. Settled in the forest of combining, and so forth. Creatures or animals with names. Those are creatures that has done some really remarkable things, killed heroes or stuff like that. That's what's required. But we're gonna make a fortress. So we're gonna press start playing. I'm not gonna use adventure mode. That's a first-person net hack kind of thing, where you can be an adventurer moving around in the world. I'm gonna play Dwarf Fortress. I am going to settle these lands, and we are going to find ourselves a place to settle. And the Hills of Embracing. Oh, nice. Strangled forests. There's an aquifer here, and we don't want that. But I do want shallow metals, deep metals, and soil does not bother me at all. I really like to have quite a bit of it. The Hills of Embracing. The Forest of Combining. Now, in order to make the search more palatable, this is swamps, all of it. Swamps can be really nasty. There's a search function on the F key, and I like to have somewhat large embarks, and I want to have flux-stone, but I don't want an aquifer, and I do prefer to have a river. And metals, yes please. Soil's not important, and neither is clay. You can import a lot of stuff. I find it's easier to import clay and pottery than it is to import the metals, so I definitely do prefer that. And this is going to take a while, so I am going to take a break from recording and be back in a minute. Alright, I'm back, and it's done searching. I haven't hit any keys while we were waiting. I just wanted to cut out the part where it did all the work, because that's pretty laggy. Takes some time, especially on a large world. And all that green blinky stuff you can see on those maps, those are possible embark sites that fulfill my criteria. So I'm going to escape and browse these results. No, I don't want to live in no haunted region. That's tough. I mean, really tough. And there's Joyous Wilds right next to the haunted stuff. I don't know what happened here. I bet there's an interesting story going on there. But we are just going to go further south to warmer climes. And I wouldn't mind a swamp, as long as it's a freshwater swamp. And I really don't mind if it's a bit flat. So I'm gonna hit tabs. Goblins are hostile. Let's see. This is a relative elevation, and there's some cliffs going on here. And I would really have that river as part of my embark. Oh, this is very flat. And there's two rivers. Oh, this one's nice. Some soils, shallow metals, deep metals. And the stream is called the Disgusting Rasps. Freshwater swamp. Yeah, it's probably stinky. But it's fairly flat-ish. It's not entirely flat, and that's fine. It doesn't have to be. So this is a possible embark site. I'm just gonna browse around a little bit more. There's some other stuff alongside. Oh wait, this one's very flat. If I cross this over the river, I'm just gonna move this map. What often happens is that I hit an aquifer when I do that, but it looks fairly nice. Maybe go a little bit down. Yes, I think this will do nicely. And we're going to put our fortress a little bit over to the side, on the flatter side of things. Our embark is going to be in the middle here. That's where our wagon is going to stay, and we are crossing 3 biomes. This is a freshwater swamp with lots of trees, a lot of vegetation, and the surrounding is wilderness, so there will be wild animals. And this biome is the same. It's probably different further down towards bedrock. And this is a 3rd biome. Now maybe I want to move one over so I get more of that biome. Yes, I still have the river. I can move my fortress in that direction. There's enough map on the other side of it that it should be fine. I could extend my map a bit, but maybe I will. This is, I think this is the perfect place. I'm just gonna extend my map a little bit like so. It's gonna increase my lag a bit, but it's worth paying. Because looking at the biomes, I get some tiles with this stuff as well. The Lucky Chance Merc. Charming name. Very charming. And we are going to embark. I'm gonna hit E and it's gonna complain a bit, but it's fine. I don't run much in the background except debut for being able to record. And I'm gonna use one of my custom setups. It's got 2 miners in it and 2 woodcutters and stuff like that, but you do get to set it up, so I'm gonna show you how I like to set mine up. And we're gonna start on the bottom because that's where you find the herbalist and cook, as well as the grower and brewer. These 2 are going to be renamed into farmers. They do the sketch works with farming. And then there's my engineer. He's a mechanic, building designer, woodcutter. The reason he's a woodcutter is it's nice to have someone helping to cut some wood. I have noticed that it helps to have him do as a carpenter as well. Then again, then you never manage to have him off the carpeting. It's better than running around chopping the wood, and I can take him off wood cutting whenever I need him to do other things, because it's not a critical thing. It's not a critical job. Carpenter is critical, so my other woodcutter is also a competent carpenter and woodcrafter, in case I need to make some money, which I probably do. And then I have my stoneworkers. They're miner, mason, engraver, stonecrafters, in that order. I have 2 of them. You do a lot of digging in this game, so starting with proficient miner is good. I think so. And then there's the expedition leader. He's a leader, record keeper, organizer, appraiser, judge of intent, negotiator. If I had more points, would have put more on him, but you can't. And having adequate record keeper is useful in the beginning because he can give you fairly exact amounts of what you got. And the same is true about having a manager. It opens up options in the game, options that make your life a lot easier. So this is how I like to embark my people, and this is tools. I go for copper picks and battle axes. The battle axes are for chopping wood, not for battle. Bring some beer and seeds, and I bring quite a few animals. I bring chickens, among other things, and a nest box. I don't bring any food at all. No food ever. The chickens will start laying eggs as soon as you get there, so bringing food on the embark is overkill. Besides, it takes half a day to set up a butcher shop and a food stockpile, and you can start butchering the animals you brought with you. So in a pinch, you just butcher them. Animal wise, I bring some war dogs. It really helps. They kill stuff, cats. They keep the pesky mice and stuff at bay. And I bring, like I said, some chickens. 4 hens and a rooster, because I do want them to breed every now and then. Basically what I do is to just pay attention and then forbid the eggs. If they don't hatch fairly fast, then I let the dwarves eat them. And I bring a couple of llamas. You can bring llamas or alpacas, it doesn't matter. The dwarves like to eat them, and they give wool, which is useful because then you can make more ropes and clothes. And that's all I bring, actually. I don't bring much. You get 2 free animals regardless, but I usually just butcher them. They're in the way. So let's get this show running. The boring stuff is about to end, and we are about to embark. So I'm gonna hit E, pause the recording, and I'll see you again in the real episode 1, which begins in a few seconds.